Well, our last interview, we talked about the situation with your ex-wife and the whole child support situation. And in the interview, you talked about how, your ex-wife had done an interview on Comedy Hype, talking about how you left her and your son homeless and you stopped paying money and so forth. And you explained in our interview how you've been overpaying all these years. So by the time he hit like 16 or something, you had already paid all the child support that you were required to pay. And the number of men that hit me about this, that absolutely love this story, was on an unprecedented level on Vlad TV. People absolutely love this story because men are always painted so badly when it comes to the whole deadbeat dad, doesn't pay child support, that type of thing. Did your ex-wife actually contact you after the interview?
Yeah, she called me a couple of times, so we're good. People don't understand, and men gotta understand this. My son, matter of fact, he's just turned 18, so I'm done. And it was a hell of it was a ride. But the best thing out that, you know, despite our civil war between me and her, he turned out to be a great fucking kid, man, a person. And seeing what he has become and what he is, it was worth that hell.
How did he take that whole thing? When he hears you doing interviews and his mom doing interviews and y'all are not just beefing together, but actually publicly beefing?
He knows that I love him and his mother definitely loves him. And what me and his mother's doing has nothing to do with him, and it's not a reflection on him. It's me and his mother. And me, myself, I try to the best of my abilities to not to say anything disparaging about her ever. I try to explain situations where I feel the negotiation of my responsibility of being a father is not her call. And that's the only shit I always talk about, you know. And now that he's 18, we will never have no more conversation period about this no more. So it's a freedom. It's a done. It's a wrap. I fulfilled that moral, legal obligation. Well, legal obligation. The war is forever, but
The war is forever.
I mean the war. Yeah, the war is forever.
Was that your youngest child? So all are your
Yes.
kids? So all your kids are over 18 now.
Yes.
How does that feel?
Man, liberating. I mean, now, man, to be honest with you, dog, I'm gonna live my life. I had these kids. I raised them to the best of my ability. They're competent, good people in society. I'm not that father or that parent got to be in my kid's life. What you doing? What we doing? No, go on, have y'all life. You need me, but your daddy going to live mine. So I'm there, and I don't want that responsibility anymore.
Well, I remember when the stimulus checks were first announced. I was doing an interview, and one of the stipulations of the stimulus check was that you don't get it if you owe child support.
Mm.
And I said, I'm all for that. Makes perfect sense to me. The number of men that emailed and DM'd me these angry messages, how dare I say that? And they would bring up these long, convoluted stories about how it's not their fault, how they found out they didn't have a child until years later and they owe that back child support and they only make $30,000 a year, which honestly, I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to have children if you're a middle-aged man who makes $30,000 a year. Let me
Well,
just tell you that.
9 out of 10, he ain't want to have a child anyway.
Right.
If he haven't, trust me.
And it just surprised me, like, why is this such a talking point? You owe child support, so therefore you're not going to get a stimulus check.
See,
The end.
You don't understand it.
I don't understand it?
No.
Okay, explain it to me.
Okay, first of all, who is to determine what's the specific amount or sufficient amount to take care of my kid? Why do the government gets to tell how much it takes?
Well, because the mother and the father can't come to an agreement themselves. That's when the government gets involved, right?
No.
No?
Well, you could say that.
Well, until somebody files,
right,
those two people are working it out on their own.
Yeah, and 9 out of 10, one has unrealistic expectations on what the other one, the non-custodian parent, should be contributing to the custodian parent.
Okay.
So then you have to bring in a person, an arbiter, come in here, and they set it. Now they give you a sum and they demanding it right there. If you're living check to check, which we just showed over 90% of America is, because when we had to sit here in here, everybody went broke after a month. You sitting in here, having your own motherfucker, you ain't got but $100 extra from your standard of living, but a motherfucker told you you got to pay $500. It ain't giving you time to get the $500. You better get it by the 10th. It's already the 9th. Now you're 500 in the hole, trying to get the other 500 for the next time. And if you miss one, you're 2 months in. Now if you're 2 months behind, she mad, he done missed the payment and everything. Now the garnishment come.
Right, which I'd like to point out you never went through.
No.
You always paid your child support.
Always.
You're talking about other people right now.
Well, I know the system. I was listen. Even though I paid my child support, I had my money garnished because she went down and said she didn't get it.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a thing. You got to document the checks because they take a word. A woman is married, Mother Teresa at the child support office. Whatever she said, you ain't got a check? No, I ain't got no check, never seen no money.
Guilty.
Guilty. We working at down the street. Sick 'em on you. My mother used to do it. This ain't nothing new.
But your mother used to file against your father?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Threaten them.
But most times when I hear, like, for example, these celebrity men who get hit with child support,
yeah,
the amounts always seem pretty low. Like, you got some guy that's worth $10 million and his child support payment is like $2,000 a month. I'm like,
that motherfucker shouldn't say shit. That motherfucker shouldn't say, damn, he should go up there and kiss the judge
in the face.
In the mouth, slob him down. Go raw the first night. Trust him. You deserve some raw dick for that 2,000. And I got 30 million over here. I'm fucking you raw. Right today. If you sick, we sick, goddammit. I ain't gotta get that motherfucker but 2,000, still live in Calabasas. Hell yeah.
I'll pay it all off right now.
Pay it all off.
Right now. I got it in my pocket.
2,000 times 12 times 18 years. Let's go get this shit right up here. This is what I do. I don't trust you. I'm just getting to the court and y'all give it to her every month for 18 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, because I remember one of your comedy specials, you said marriage is like having cable with just one channel.
One channel. Quarantine like that too, because they were stuck with that. Stuck with it.
Would you ever get married again?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah?
I pray.
Still looking for love?
Don't you always?
Yeah, well, I don't know though. Like, for example, like Nick Cannon, who was a regular on my show, he was married to Mariah.
Right.
Has 2 kids with her. He said over and over again, he'll never get married again. He had a kid afterwards, no plans to get married. He said they weren't even like in a really serious relationship like that. But he said he'll never get married again. He's still, what is he, like 35 years old? Young guy, attractive. He said he's never gonna do it.
Yeah, he's 35.
You get a little older,
Oh yeah.
want someone to take care of
When
you.
it get, gonna need somebody to push you around there, Nick. Give you them pills. You better find one of these motherfuckers. Send her through nursing school now. Get that motherfucker going. No, but really, I think, you want to, man. I mean, my son has it. He's in love, and I envy the fuck out of him, man. Because it's the best feeling in the world. It's nothing like it. I done got high on all kinds of drugs, but nothing fucks with that one. Love is the best one. That's yours, and it's the best feeling in the world. My only fear is I'm gonna find her, and I ain't even gonna be able to enjoy it. Back gonna be all up bad. Ain't gonna be able to hit the. It's just gonna be snuggling all the time. She ain't even gonna be able to hear the shit I'm saying. It's gonna be terrible. She just showed up on my last 2 weeks. Oh, that's fucked up.